Welcome to Rethink Gaming Sunday Night RPGs featuring Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, played through Discord and Fantasy Grounds. Thanks as always to Sirenscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at www.sirenscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table. If you want to support this content, please consider joining us on Patreon or checking out Rethink Gaming on DM's Guild. Let's begin. When last we left the intrepid group, we had just successfully cleared the Firelight Cave, including tracking down and killing the Verbeeg, who was bringing back additional loot in terms of scraps of metal from an alien ship.
We now have our foreign metal, the dead Verbeeg, which we're going to bury and hide. We still have the mission, though, around Porga, where we're going to bring back the mead. We've already talked about that we hooked up our cart with the goats. They'll follow the sleigh. We're good to go. We've got a Chewinga in tow as well with that fox, which I still think there's more to that fox than we know. But we still have to find a way to get Torga's bodyguard Sefik away from their big group because he'll probably be a tough fight on his own. So I had the idea, and I want to run it past the group of maybe because he's been a little bit wounded, we'll send our other barbarian, the intelligence barbarian. We'll send him back with a couple of messages to carry out for us. The first message I was going to recommend is we want some fanfare when we show back up metal from their missing speaker. We can deliver that news, but also be heroes for bringing back their mead and successfully defending their area. This will play really well for my ongoing speaker campaign. So I'm going to be campaigning for that. I think having some fanfare might be a good step for us. The second message I'm going to recommend is for Porga asking for assistance. So we'll send our barbarian feigning injury and ask for her to send. It's too dangerous for her to come, but please send us, your best two hands. And that would give us Sefik and one other person to deal with on our way back. And we just never saw them. But in reality, we get them off the board, complete another quest, and do it without anybody knowing and away from the town.
Wait. How's she gonna live without her hands?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Her number one, her number two men, not her hands, okay?
Uh-huh.
Any thoughts on sending messages ahead so as we're returning, with any luck, she'll send the right two people?
Is that all?
That was my idea. What do you guys think?
So start over from the beginning. Why are we burying this thing?
Well, we just committed blatant murder on two Verbeegs. So maybe taking the time to dig a hole would be a good idea. We're running a political campaign. Think long term.
Interesting point.
Why do I feel like I'm the only one invested in making me a speaker?
I'm more on board with immolation than digging a giant hole.
We have a really big bonfire once I win my campaign. Will that satisfy your fire urge?
I was thinking for the bodies, right? Since you were wanting to get rid of those instead of trying to.
You've got a 7-foot Goliath named Sigurd standing next to you. Digging a hole is not a problem.
Does he want to dig a hole?
I'm not digging.
Sigurd, you're digging.
You're
dragging your big loaded ass around for 5 weeks now. You're digging the holes.
All right, I'll dig if you pull the sled.
Deal.
And we could just let the bears take them. Or the wolves.
Also true.
All right, what if you guys just chop them up into pieces so they're no longer identifiable, so they'll be easier to digest and not be found? Will that satisfy your urges to chop the sushi?
That also sounds like a lot of work.
You are the laziest Goliath in the 10 towns. Seriously?
I don't get paid
All right.
enough for this.
And any thoughts on trying to draw out Sefik on our way back to town? We've already had a long rest. We're healed. We're fully stocked. We'll be down one barbarian, but if we can get them away from the rest of their group, we have a hell of a lot better chance.
I mean, do we know this guy is like the actual killer? It seems like it, but seeming's not evidence.
He's the one who walks around with no shirt on in below zero Iceland Dale weather.
Well, I don't wear a shirt.
Believe he's. Jesus Christ. They say that he's got the Frostmaiden's kiss. And on top of that, every time they sacrifice somebody to Oral, he's the hatchet man. So, you got a problem with killing an evil person's executioner? I can't believe I'm bartering with you guys to kill.
He never did anything to me. He didn't seem like as much a challenge. He's just a human.
You know, when I was translating your book, you were a lot less chatty, and it was convenient. All right, should I throw that idea away, or is anybody in favor?
What's Toman think?
I'm on mute. I'm up for whatever. I feel like we have a bunch of subs to turn in, so we can get rid of some of this extra crap we have. This chewinga.
I think we have to go back to East Haven to drop the chewinga. That's not in Goodmead. But yeah. And I still can't believe we found a friggin' chewinga. What are the odds on finding something that only lives on a box of cereal?
Who's got the chewinga?
The chewinga, it was sitting with Kozgeth on the sleigh, along with Squeak, and we had their fox with them, and we believe there's more to that fox than the chewinga's way too invested in that fox. Like it might be a druid changed or something else.
Maybe he just likes foxes.
Anybody want to run an Arcana check on that fox? Find out what the hell it might be?
Yeah, I can do that. I will investigate the fox.
Okay. The chewinga watches you closely as you do your investigation, and the fox is somewhat at ill ease as well. But you don't see anything out of the ordinary. It appears to be a fox. Winter fox, fine fur, but nothing magical.
I think it's just a fox, guys.
Then we won't have a problem. Remember,
So the chewinga's a furry.
and be nice to them. We don't have to kill this. You know, this is the one that we don't murder hobo.
This is getting very confusing. What do I kill, and what do I not kill?
Maybe we can try to catch up with the caravan, see if they were getting ready to leave when we departed, right?
No, they're waiting on the mead that you have.
So that's the caravan that I'm talking about. Porga's caravan. We want to lure her strongest guy away, maybe a second, and whack them before we get back to town.
Okay.
Otherwise, when we get back to town, while I'm trying to run a campaign, we could be seen doing battle with them because that is one of our missions.
But you're the face, so you're trying to send another hype man first to try to get a parade set up or something?
Right. We want to get some fanfare set up for when we get back so we can get not only rewarded but recognized to make this happen. And then secondly, to try to isolate the strongest fighter away from that caravan so we can have our way with it.
All right. You have any volunteers to go be the hype man?
I mean, Zeno would probably do that.
Let Zino go back with a limp, stating that we us. That would hopefully get Cephik on the board as opposed to anybody else.
Okay. One person who's not here is going to leave the party by themselves. Cool. Hope it goes well.
What's the worst that could happen?
Exactly.
Not that hard to reroll a character.
I think Dragonborn tastes better than you guys are making it out to be. So, in the worst case scenario, we have a good dinner.
I feel like Kosgeth would be offended by this comment.
Yeah, that's not cool.
White Dragonborn versus Red Dragonborn, you guys don't taste nearly as good, I'm sure.
Okay, so to clarify the plan.
Do we need to have a discussion about cannibalism?
The paladin?
I'm not a Dragonborn. Eating a Dragonborn doesn't make me a cannibal. It just makes me an asshole, which I've already admitted many times.
You're a goat, you'll eat anything.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
So we want to dispatch our friend the barbarian here to go into town and deliver two messages. One, we want to have him tell what's her name? Olivessa, that she should prepare a receiving party for you. You're going to come back with some fanfare. And we want to tell Torga that you need help and she should send two people.
Specifically, have Zino feign being injured and saying we need two strong hands to help us finish this out.
Okay. Okay, can do.
Any roles involved in that, or are we good?
Oh, there'll be rolls.
Good say. And all that just happened.
All right, 1 second. Go ahead. You wrote a note, right? Didn't you say you were going to send a letter at first?
I can absolutely put notes together and hand them to Zino. I have pen, paper, and the ability to scribe.
Okay, assuming you have done that, give me a persuasion check of some sort, deception or intimidation, whatever you want to use.
No. Let's go with persuasion.
Okay.
+7 as of now. Double proficient. There we go. Both becomes 19.
Very good. Problem with searching is spelling things correctly. All right, and so we're going to do that. Okay. So, off camera, you guys can't see this, but Zino runs into town. Olivessa is pleased to hear the great news and enthused about setting this up to go your way. Torga is incredibly suspicious at Zino's behavior, doesn't understand what it is that's going on. She reads the letter and is somewhat reassured. So she agrees to send help. After approximately 30 minutes, I would say, Zino returns with all of Torga's men.
Zino comes back with all of Torga's men?
Yes.
Okay. Is Sefik with that group?
Yes.
How many men is this?
Pulling it together right now. So let's put all the people on the map. Including our pal Squeak. Except Zino is going to be down here. Tromping loudly so that you guys can hear him coming from far away.
You have a map that's shared, Bob?
Yeah, I can get that started, sure. There's a map for all to see.
So these are the guys I'm supposed to kill?
Fixing to be. 1 second. There, yeah. So it's 5 total men coming back.
I motion for the group to like huddle up, like, you know, bringing the arms in, like get the huddle going. Guys, wait till they get close, act casual. We're going to tell them that the fight that we need them to help us with is inside that cave. As soon as they start walking towards the cave, I'm going to cast sleep on as many of them as I can, and then let the thumping commence. What do you guys think?
That does seem like a good way to limit fighting those we don't actually wish to fight.
Alternatively, I've got a scroll of fireball.
That will be very helpful. I think we should be using that right after some of them fall asleep, and the ones that are still awake, we don't want them to escape.
Why won't they move? They won't move. Super weird. I can't drag past a certain point on this map. Okay. So you hear Zino sort of weakly saying, I don't know that we needed all of you guys to come, but I guess I'm glad you did. And he's saying it loudly enough to make sure that you guys can hear him. And he is in the south.
So, Bob, as they make their way northbound, when they cross the midpoint of the map, even with the we see that blue swirl with a rock in the middle, right about that midpoint, that should be within 90 feet. At that point, once they cross that area, I'd like to cast sleep over that group.
Okay.
I don't know if I get any kind of advantage as they're all going to make saving throws against it. But it's 5d8 and you distribute the points among them, right?
Yes.
What is the best way to do that across the group?
You start from the lowest HP, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to start with Suffolk if I can.
Okay.
So do I just drag the effect on each of them and they roll against it? Is that correct?
Yes. Do the saving throw against each one.
This just says it made him unconscious, and it shows that I'm unconscious also.
Oh, weird. Oh, let me clear those. Yeah, I don't see that you are unconscious anymore. Okay, so here I can do it. I suppose let's pull up your character sheet. Actions. So your
I think I
sleep.
got it. I targeted all of them, and now I can just click effect, and that should be it.
Well, yes, if they don't fail their saving throw, right? So we got to do that part first.
I don't think there's a saving throw on it, is there?
It appears, yeah, there is a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw.
Hmm.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking at suggestion.
Yeah, you roll all the dice for sleep, however many that is, and then apply it lowest creature to highest HP wise. Yeah, so 27 hit points worth of characters fall asleep.
Okay. So start the ones marked bandit all have the lowest hit points, so 27.
Hold on, you put the effect on everyone first?
I think I cleared it.
No, he did it again.
Oh, we did it again. Okay.
Sorry, Bob.
No, it's okay. So 27. That's 3 of them. So I'll just clear it off of this guy.
Stefik is also sleeping.
Okay. Got it on here twice as well.
Jerry, you were saying it goes from the lowest leveled person up.
Lowest number of HP up, if I recall.
Right, but when I read the spell, it just says here, the total is how many hit points of creatures that can affect creatures within 20 feet of the point you choose the range are affected, ignoring unconscious creatures. Oh, yeah, this is different. Okay. I must have been reading a different version of the spell. That's why. I thought I was
Let
allowed to
me
assign.
dispel a little and just say that it would be completely ineffective on Suffolk. So
Fair enough.
3 bandits is a good result. Okay, so upon seeing you cast the spell, that's gonna switch them all to hostile. Please roll initiative.
Look what you did, Sigger.
And I suppose our pal Squeak is here because why wouldn't he be here? How do I get him to roll initiative?
I would think that Squeak would be guarding our Chewinga and our Fox.
Okay, fair enough. Who said anything about Squeak? I didn't say anything about Squeak. All right, then our board is set, and Zeno is first. Oof.
Maybe he should get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, I think you probably should disengage. And put some distance between you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. We'll start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I assume rage. Double raged. It's easy to do, isn't it?
Only if you're married.
Okay, Koska. Throwing a javelin. Narrowly missed the unconscious target. Let's see. Number 1. It's like, hey, you can't do that to my buddies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna do like crossbow attack on Zeno. Which missed. 2 is unconscious. 3 is unconscious. 4 is unconscious. 5. It's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do a light crossbow attack on Kazgath. Also missing. Wither.
All right. Let's start things off with. We don't really have anybody grouped up, I don't guess. So let's do a firebolt here.
Okay.
Seems reasonable. All
Suffolk
right, have
thinks
some
it's
damage. All right.
On the board.
All right. I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
It's movement. And here's my action. Yeah. Let me push the rage button though.
Okay.
And that's it.
Mark.
I've just got some moving to do. How far can I move? Like, can I like
So 6 squares is
sprint to
normal.
close this gap?
Yeah, if you want to use your action to dash, you can move 6 more.
Okay. Alrighty, and there we go. We find combat tracker available. There we go.
Mr. Juliash. Juliash? Phil.
So, Suffolk shows at 90 feet, which is the range. So I'm going to put the spell Shatter has a range of 30 feet. So if I put it right there in front of Suffolk, I should be able to hit the 2 men on each side of him. So do I just drop a save on each of them? Is that the correct way to do it?
Let's take a look.
using Shatter as the spell. Oop, I just clicked it by accident.
Okay. So, shatter erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature within a 10-foot sphere centered on that point. Yep, those both count. Makes a Constitution saving throw. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. We've got saves in here. So roll your damage on, say, Cephik, and I'll apply it to the other two.
Did you just wake these guys up?
All right. Looks like I can drag him. I can drag him.
And after casting that spell, I'm going to throw some bardic inspiration in the general direction of Sigurd.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a very obscene gesture, something that has them all shaking their heads, and that's my turn.
Okay. Tobin?
We'll move up 5. We'll cast Toll the Dead. This guy damaged. 25 is damaged. Let's try to hit first.
Hey, Bob, I apologize. I have to step away for about
Okay.
10 minutes. I have to go pick my daughter up around the corner. I will be back as fast as possible.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
It was a failed save, right?
Couldn't they
Yeah.
just send an Uber?
Hmm. Bong, 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 bong.
2 damage.
Okay.
Is that one action? That one action. I forget that. Okay.
Okay. Cephik conjures a longsword made of pure ice in one hand and a dagger made of pure ice in the other. He looked like that. He's real cool. He's a real cool guy.
So that, but without a shirt.
Huh?
It said so that, but without a shirt, right?
No, I mean that's literally him. No coat. He's not like
No
topless.
coat.
Yeah.
I thought he was walking around shirtless.
Yeah, I know most people in the 10 towns are in full parkas, yourselves included, for the most part. So, yeah. Anyway, then the snow flurries around him as the wind sort of picks up, and he disappears into it. Reappearing directly in front of Sigurd. Where he doubles up. So we got a hit with the longsword and a hit with the dagger. And there is no squeak, only Zool. So no. Well, since he's raged, since his friends are here, he's going to step up and do that lovely great axe thing that he's been known to do. But miss. Guys. Mr. Kazgas? Oh, there you go. Javelin attack hits. You're muted if you're speaking. Go ahead with damage. And Bandit 5 is dead. Okay. Bandit 1 swings with a scimitar. Zyno. Critical hit. The white dragon grins at him. Says something about, is that all you've got? Bandit 2. Now awake. Pulls up a crossbow and fires at Cosgoth. That missed. Bandit 3. Likewise. Crossbow. This attack would also be Cosgoth. Also a 3. Popular roll. Bandit 4 snoozing away in the snow. Wither.
Okay, I am going to use Scorching Ray, and should I make 3 separate rolls, or should I target the 3 targets and roll? Does that work if I do that?
Yeah, it should work if you do that.
Okay. Oof. All right, so damage on Bandit 3.
Toast.
Okay.
All right. Gonna do a reckless attack
Okay.
against this guy and his little icicles.
Solid hit. Scarcely scratches him. Mark.
I will also attack him. That didn't do. And that's my turn.
All right. So Phil is going to get a little closer. Let's clear the targets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For his action, we're gonna do crossbow, short bow. I guess is what he has. Let's see. Yeah, Bandit 2 over there. It's enough. Then, as bonus action, we're going to do Healing Word on Sigger. Nice. Tell me.
All right, we're going to move a little bit. And can I see what Sephic is wearing? Is he wearing any metal armor, or does he have a metal weapon?
He is not. So the art that I showed you, he's got like some buttons and straps on his belt and stuff, but not a significant amount of metal. And his weapon is made of pure ice.
His buckle. All right, I will target his buckle with heat metal. So I'll say a prayer to Moradin.
All right.
And choose a manufactured metal object, so it's a metal weapon or a suit of heavier metal armor that you can see within range. It says metal object, so I'm going to say a buckle is a metal object. It causes that object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage.
Okay.
If the creature is holding or wearing the object and they take the damage from it, the creature must then succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object.
Right.
If they don't drop the object, they have a disadvantage. So, try that. Cast.
Failed to save.
All right, so drop the effect on him. Did that apply?
It did.
And I guess I can do the damage now.
4 damage. Okay.
Anything special with the fire damage? Is he vulnerable to that kind of damage?
Not that you can see. No. The belt is burning him. He's amused by this.
He is now being burned by his belt buckle, a la Home Alone stuff.
Yes.
Okay, that was my action. What's a bonus? For my bonus action, I'd like. Wait, no, this requires concentration. This spiritual weapon does not require concentration. All right, I will cast spiritual weapon. Sorry. So I guess I'll need a token for some kind of double-ended hammer if we can get that. I'll assume that'll move. I'll move that close to Suffolk.
Okay.
So you can just roll that on him.
Okay.
That's a hit.
I gotcha.
And two second level spell slots.
No memento. I can at least get you a letter H. Brought to you by the letter H. And
Awesome.
it's right there. Perhaps. Okay, so he's going to use his action to rip his belt off and cast it into the snow. Then the snow flurries are going to envelop his body again, causing him to disappear and reappear behind Toman. And he laughs appropriately on time. Zeno's turn. Doing that thing that we did last time. Waggity whack. Don't talk back. And splat. Blood sprays all over the fresh powder. Kosketh. Okay. And the final bandit is Toast. I think maybe I deleted the wrong one earlier, but that's okay. Wither.
Okay. Let's make an attack here.
Nice.
All right. Where would you say the belt is?
Just in the snow, within reach of you, I'm sure.
All right. I'm going to grab the belt.
Okay.
I'm going to come over here. I'm going to, with one hand, I'm going to grab this guy's head. The
Uh-huh.
other hand, I'm going to press the burning buckle onto his face, like, squish into his head. So
Okay.
we'll both take that fire damage.
Okay, give me an opposed strength check.
How about some athletics?
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. You grab him by that lovely back knot ponytail he's got going on there,
All right.
and burn the both of you. Toman,
So
give
get
us
some.
2d8 damage.
We'll find the spell. Three.
Okay, 3 each.
I'm just gonna hold it there.
Okay.
Nice.
Is he
Did you-
grappled?
Yes. Did you get your 3 damage on Sigger?
I can drag it on him real quick. I think
got
that'll
it.
work if I.
I
Okay,
gotcha.
you handle it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And yeah, you are maintaining the grapple, you said. Not
Right.
by Mark, but whatever.
Track him down. And miss.
All right. So Suffolk is our last baddie. So I'm going to turn my attention to him. And since he really doesn't like spells so much, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yep, I can get close enough to him. And I will poke him with something pointy.
Okay.
Gonna need you to clarify.
I'm going to miss him with my rapier, is what actually happened.
I wonder if that
And
should
with
have been an advantage.
Yeah,
I
he's
will
grappled.
roll that at advantage. Can I roll that with advantage?
One shake. Let me check. I don't know why my search is being slow. Speed 0. No, apparently not.
Well,
Sorry.
then for my bonus action, I'm going to tell him what I think of his mother, and it's really pretty shocking. And I'll pass my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to, as my bonus action, move my spiritual weapon. Actually, wait, let me check. Heat metal. How do I cast this again? Okay, I can use my bonus action to cause the fire damage again from the buckle.
Okay.
So I will do that. That's better.
Nice.
Whack him with my hammer since he's in range.
Now they both take that damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Did you take half since he's in rage or anything like that? Sigger?
I don't
I
think
have
so.
resistance.
Not
Yeah,
fire.
I'm raging, and I have I'm resistance to everything except for psychic damage.
Oh, because of your specialness? Cool.
Roll. Full damage. That's me.
Warhammer. Here, I'm going to put this. Sigurd, did you take the damage from the belt buckle yet?
6. I got nothing around
I
that.
don't mind handling that.
Sorry to be a jerk, but
See, that didn't do
did
it right.
did the Warhammer hit? I thought we missed with the Warhammer.
Yep, you're right. Sorry, we should pull 5 off. You're right.
5 off of Suffolk.
Correct.
Cool.
Good catch.
Okay. Suffolk disappears, breaking the grapple. Getting away from the hot metal. And he's going to reappear down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. Then he's going to move. Does that consume his movement? No, it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And his normal speed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because of dash action. He's getting out of dodge. So now he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and chuck something at it. Cosguts. Cosguts, it's your turn. You're speaking, I can't hear you. You're probably not laughing anymore. Turn it off. Javelin missed. Okay.
All right. We're going to move up just a tad. And see if we can hit him with another firebolt here.
Does it?
Nice.
All right.
Coming in clutch. Loot the corpse.
Wait.
Alrighty. Well, he's not carrying much.
That fancy sword.
It's sort of solid ice. You gonna grab that thing?
No. Actually, yeah, I'll grab it. Why not? I'll pick it up.
It snaps in two. You've got a handle of solid ice.
I drop the solid ice.
It shatters upon the snow.
Okay, well, we have 5 bandits plus Suffolk looting corpses. Specifically looking for anything that identifies Suffolk that we could bring back to Torga to apologize for the loss of her men.
Okay. You see Suffolk's ice dagger is as yet undamaged. Otherwise, he's just got the clothes on his back, nothing else. The bandits all had scimitars and hand crossbows. You need to replenish ammo for a crossbow. And they would have some pocket change as well.
object to dividing the cash equally?
It's a total of 12 silver pieces.
So I'll bring the ice dagger to bring back. As far as this whole team of bandits, I think that they, along with the Verbeeg, go into that same hole, and then we put fire in the hole, and then we close the hole. But first, we remove the two Verbeeg heads to bring back as trophies for our valiant maneuver to save the town of Goodmead. Anyone oppose?
Wait. So we're hiding the bodies so people don't think that we murdered them, but we're taking the heads for trophies.
We're taking the heads of the Verbeeg and stating that they're the ones that killed Torga's men, including Sefik.
Gotcha.
That's what I propose. Unless anyone else has another idea, of course.
While you guys are searching the bodies, give me a perception check.
That's my specialty, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, Toman, Zeno sort of taps you on the shoulder, gestures toward Sefik, and says, "You seeing what I'm seeing?" He's breathing again.
So if he starts breathing again, and he's still laying down, dying, I would like to thrust my rapier directly into the center of his chest, putting all my body weight behind it.
Okay. Roll to attack with advantage.
Advantage. I think I got him.
Okay.
Critical hit.
Give me some damage. All right. He is dead again.
So I'll leave my rapier still in his chest and just leaning on the hilt go, "Hey guys, if he gets up again, we're going to need something bigger to stab him with."
I want to
And
make an Arcana check on him.
And
Okay.
wave for Sigurd to come over with his great axe and put it to his throat.
Yeah, he's radiating powerful abjuration and necromantic magic.
I'm going to take his head off.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a quick sense evil.
Yeah, he's overwhelmingly evil. Okay, so what are you doing with the removed head?
Fire's always a good option.
Play soccer. It's a really fun game.
We can feed it to a knucklehead.
Anything but leave it laying in the snow.
I can start burning.
Better question. When we ignite the head, does it burn, Bob?
It depends, I guess, on how you ignite it. You do see the body fade away into mist and begin to reform beneath the head while you're having this conversation.
Oh, shit. Now that the body is gone and my rapier is no longer plunged, I stab it through the eye, through the brain.
Okay. The forming ceases.
Let's just wait a minute, guys. Let's see if anything else starts reforming. This guy's like one of my third ex-wife's attorney. He just keeps coming back.
Yeah, a few moments later, it's clear he's not dead. His body begins to reform.
Okay,
All right,
we
I'm
need
gonna take a shot at it with fire.
Okay.
I'm just gonna produce flame and hold on to his head.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna like to help out with Sacred Flame as well as a cantrip,
Okay.
which is radiant damage.
I'd like to take a step back away from these pyros.
Use it with fire!
Seems like a wise choice.
So
I
we're
will
gonna
do the same.
put the head down in the snow. Give me some attacks with advantage. I mean, he's gonna fail his saving throw, so you just roll the Sacred Flame damage. That's fine.
Additional damage.
Yes.
Same with the produce flame.
Is that a save or an attack roll?
That one is. I think it's just an attack roll. You're right.
Yeah. So that would be an advantage.
All right.
There you go.
All right. There's some damage.
Okay. So in this state, the fire damage actually causes the head to melt as though it was ice into a puddle of water, which quickly refreezes on the ground.
stomp the ice. Stomp the ice.
It shatters into fragments.
Collect the ice fragments in a small bag. And put them in the bag.
Mark is no longer sensing evil.
Yeah.
I think that's finally done it.
With the last piece still burning, I light a cigarette and go, was it as good for you as it was for me?
Okay. Still laying in the snow is one ice dagger.
Oh, grab that thing.
Maybe with a cloth?
Nah.
Is there anything evil coming off that dagger?
There is not. So as you grab it, it feels very fragile. Are you going to attempt not to break it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's an icicle as far as you can tell in terms of durability. The slightest twitch of your wrist would cause it to crack.
I'm gonna hot potato it, toss it to Kozga.
Okay. Cosgit, give me a dex check. And you catch it. Deftly. So Xenos suggests that if you hand it to him, he could occasionally blow on it, keeping it frozen, but that's not going to last forever.
Can we
We're
just
going to
pack
use
it?
this as proof.
I don't think we even need it at this point. I mean, if we bring back his ice dagger half melted point here, I think we just get rid of
Wait. I have a solution here. We go back to the sleigh. We drink one of the barrels of mead. And we tell everyone they ran off with it.
And?
That's it.
Okay,
They ran off with the mead.
We're gonna have all the mead we can drink once I'm the mayor of a town called Goodmead, or speaker of a town called Goodmead. On top of that, we've got another town that's promised to feed us, put shelter over our head, and give us drink anytime we're there. That's Bryn Shander. We don't need the mead. We need the mead to win favor and win the election.
But that's
I-
not right now.
You and your instant gratification.
I'm thirsty.
Were there millennials back then?
Poor millennials. Not even here to defend themselves. Alright, so wrapping this up, what are we doing? What are we actually doing next? Do we care about the dagger? We don't care about the dagger. That's totally cool either way.
I say we pack it in some snow on the sleigh and bring it anyway, just in case it's useful. But if not, it's not.
Okay. Works for me.
All right. So when we return, there should be fanfare waiting for us. So we want to kind of line up the sleigh, line up our cart full of their stolen good mead being pulled by goats, and as we come back into town, I'm going to use a couple of spells and cantrips to kind of have a little bit of fanfare of our own. So I'll use a minor illusion to have like the sound of a band playing as I'm
Okay.
standing in the front of the sleigh, like the guy who leads a parade.
Okay.
I will come back into town expecting a hero's welcome.
Absolutely. So as you approach the town, they've brought the choir from the shrine of the Flaming Sword, which I'm trying to get to play and isn't playing. There are a number of people all standing about cheering for you as you come into town. Your effects go off. Zeno does the double handed crowd hamming thing. Anything else? Anyone else?
Someone's going to take these metal bits to the forge. Is there a forge in Goodmead?
Yes, the Shrine of the Flaming Sword is an excellent forge.
Take these alien metal bits and try to forge weld them into a billet just to see what the metal is like. See if we can determine anything about the metal after we heat it up.
Okay. As you head toward the forge, Olivessa steps forward before the crowd and says, "Hail our heroes! They've returned!" Everybody cheers.
So I grab the reins of the lead goat that's pulling our wagon full of their mead and hand over the reins to the innkeeper of Goodmead and tell him to take his supply and wave for Torga to come over and apologize for the loss of her staff, that they fell fighting valiantly against a couple of Verbeeg of particularly bad temperament, and how much we apologize for their loss, but we have the rest of the mead so she can continue on her deliveries, and if she needs assistance, we'll be happy to help her.
Okay, back that up with a roll for me, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that at persuasion, I would imagine.
Yes, please.
You sure that wouldn't be performance at this point?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
It's the same. It doesn't matter. It's the same roll.
yeah. Okay.
I'm so
She.
sorry, Auntie. So sorry.
Let's find out her reaction, actually. She's somewhat unconvinced, but shrugs. She goes to start posting notices to hire new caravan guards. You do see a burly looking shield dwarf push his way to the front of the crowd, push you by one shoulder. Who are you? Who do you think you are? He says
Who
to
am I?
Phil.
Who am I? I'm part of the team that just saved your city. Who am I? I'm the bardiest of bards. I'm Phil Jalouche. What do you got, pal?
I grew up here. My father grew up here. You got no right to speak for this town. No right.
Yeah. Where were you fighting off Verbeek to save this town? I'm sorry, where were you? Not here.
Olivessa steps forward, puts her arm between you, and says, Shandar, Phil may not be from here, but I am, and my roots run as deep as yours. We endorse his candidacy. There's nothing you can do. We'll see about that. He hikes his belt up, stands as tall as he can, and wheels on his heels to go the other direction. The rest of the people disperse, except for the old trapper who sent you this way. He's got sort of a wry smile on his face and is approaching your sled.
Sorry, Bob, you broke up on the last part. Could you repeat that?
Said he's got a wry smile on his face and he's approaching your sled.
And with that, I gesture for Sigurd to grab him and pick his stubby little legs up off the ground away from our sled.
Well, this is the human. Sorry, this is the trapper who sent you in this direction.
I do
dude.
it.
Okay. Who are you picking up? I guess
Whoever's approaching.
He would have just okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gestured. I thought it was still the shield dwarf of bad temperament.
Okay. So you grab the dude. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's my fox. You caught my fox.
We found your fox. He was injured. We've given him a nice warm meal, and he's made a friend who's of specific importance to us that doesn't want to go anywhere. Okay? And with that, I walk over gently, place my hands in front of the Chewinga as if to demonstrate. He has a date with Danica Greysteel, and until we get those two together, would you mind if your fox stayed with us? And I'm going to try and persuade him.
Okay. That's my fox, he says. I see you haven't skinned him yet. That's fine. But I need that pelt, else I'm gonna starve.
I pass him 10 silver and say, will that take care of your pelt problem?
He sneers at your 10 silver. That pelt's worth least gold.
I slide him a gold. Are we satisfied?
Pleasure doing business with you.
Never let it be said that Phil Jalouche doesn't make things right.
He almost clicks his heels together, wriggles out from underneath Sigurd's grasp, assuming he's going to let him go,
I guess.
and heads directly to the meat hall.
I lean in close to the Chewinga and just give him a wink with one eye.
The Chewinga offers you a frozen berry.
Thank you. All right. Now, that's actually a good question. Out of character, could we just send to the group, Can we just send an emissary to go get Danica Greysteel to come see her Chewingo? We have to return her lantern anyway, and I don't feel like trekking to East Haven. Why don't we just send a letter and have her come? I have a campaign to worry about.
She was in Brinchander, wasn't she? But same
Yes, sir.
as, yeah. Yeah, that could easily be done.
So was it 3 silver or 1 silver? Was it send a runner with a letter?
Yeah, one silver. It's only 6 hours away, so they could leave first thing tomorrow.
Done. Thank you, sir.
All right, so what are we doing about this here campaign situation?
So did all of us walk off with the dwarf, or is she still about?
Well, I assume some time would pass while you're arranging for the blah, 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 courier, right, to take your letter, write the letter, and so forth. She's the cask maker, so she would tell you that she's going to go back to her shop if you need her.
All right. Well, let's let the rest of the group. I think they had an idea to go to the Shrine of the Flaming Sword. Let's let everyone else take care of their stuff, and maybe we could wrap up with her towards the end to get everything officially formalized and done. Did anyone want to take that medal to the shrine? I thought that was one of our goals.
Just as a forge cleric, that's definitely something that someone would do.
Okay, yes, so this is a shrine to Tempest, the god of war, but it's not been used in that manner for some time. The equipment is mostly covered with tarps and unkept, but it could be revitalized into an active forge again. It appears they use this building for meetings as though it were a town hall.
Wither, would you help me light this forge?
No problem.
I mean, forge cleric probably doesn't need any help, but
I'll spark up some flame in my hands and get the forge going.
Okay.
we'll do the neat with the coal and whatnot. Put all the metal bits into crucible. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So we can,
Okay, yep.
so we can get it melted.
Yes, so as you put your
You know, this
backs into the work, you're able to melt the metal.
So what are you going to forge?
I don't know. We're gonna see how much metal do we have.
So I think the way they did it with your ability is via value, but the metal bits were. What did that say? 75 gold pieces worth?
Wow. So the way this works, guys, I can make anything that has metal in it as long as I lay out the value of that metal and as long as I lay out the value of that object in metal. So if you bring me 100 gold pieces, I can turn that into anything worth no more than 100 gold, as long as there's some sort of metal. And that includes duplicating like non-magical items, like keys. If we have the original, it includes making any non-metal part of that object. So because it's part of my channel divinity artisan's blessing, like I can make leather armor and stuff as long as it has some metal on it.
Can you inlay a golden bear onto my axe?
I think I could do that probably just with other metal and not the special alien metal.
Hmm.
I'd like to make a weapon out of this alien metal if we can.
Do it.
So I'm just kind of looking at the list.
I don't have a good list that I can filter by value. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know. So in Beyond, you can sort by value, and I'm just kind of scrolling up. I don't see any like interesting weapons that make a lot of sense.
But yeah, I would definitely. How much would the inlay of gold for a weapon, like what Seeger was talking about, cost? We could just.
Oh, probably like
I
two
could,
pieces, 2 gold pieces, probably.
yeah, so with 2 gold pieces, I could just do the inlay on your weapon or shield. What were you trying to do on your weapon?
On the side of the X.
So yeah, the only weapons that are expensive are guns. Mostly armor is where it starts to get costly. Right at the 75 gold piece mark is spiked armor. Rare type of medium armor made by dwarves consists of a leather coat and leggings covered with spikes that are usually made of metal.
Can you get some brass knuckles out of that stuff?
That would be cool.
Yeah, easily could.
Meteorite knuckles would be pretty damn dope.
Yeah.
Especially if you decide to forge a push dagger onto the edge of it.
Meteorite knuckle duster.
I suppose it would function the same as a club. I don't see any stats
Physics,
for
bitch.
So who can use that spiked armor?
It's medium armor, so whoever might be proficient in that. I don't see that the spikes actually do anything.
They look awesome.
They just look dope as hell.
AC is 14 plus Dex max 2.
Anybody deck space?
My dex would help that, but I don't think I can wear medium armor as a bard. That would be pretty cool to be a satyr in spiked armor.
Yeah, you're proficient in light armor. So it would really just be the paladins, and I think they probably both started with chain. Which, by the way, also costs 75 gold.
You guys already have chain?
Yeah, I've already got chain.
Now, the spiked armor would be better AC if your dex was plus 3. No, it's max of 2. It's the same, I guess. If you have a high dex, it'd be the same. So, yeah.
Well, I like the link that Jerry dropped in chat. That gold inlay looks awesome. I'll definitely be making that. And I have a Maker's Mark chisel, so it'll have my hammer and anvil symbol, I guess, etched into the
I
word.
think the word you're looking for is your sigil.
Sigil, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, okay.
And
Maker's Mark is booze, you alcoholic.
Maker's Mark, my Maker's Mark chisel.
Maker's Mark. Hashtag not sponsored. Yet.
Yeah, please. Let's definitely make the knuckle dusters.
Okay.
And for now, I think I'll just make a nice knife with that meteorite.
Okay.
If there's anything left.
Yeah, the
Like
metal,
a
unless you
good.
alter the tenor of the metal, it has a sort of purple and silver hue to it.
Oh, that'll bring out your eyes.
Also, as you grip the handle of your newly made knife, you swear you almost hear whispers.
So I'd like to make a skinning knife because I can do leather work, and that'll help if I try to make some armor later.
Okay.
But it's singing, whispering, skinning knife, apparently.
It's a fleeting notion. It's nothing that you can actually hear, but you just feel like whispers in your mind.
Weird.
Okay. Anything else?
Unless anyone has anything else that they want me to think we're done.
So I want to ask, Tom, are you interested in maybe taking on some more work and doing some more of this handiwork in this new handy forge that you have here? Because, you know, if we're going to be spending a lot of time in Goodmead, and if this is going to be one of our bases of operations, maybe it would be good to have a business and a forge, seeing as they're not. This would be a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, and I've got 20 ingots of battle hammer plan marked iron ingots that we can maybe do some. Maybe we could start a cooperage. We already have a cooper, don't we? So a barrel maker. So I can start making bands, and we can get this meat thing going.
Well, let me start planting seeds for all of that, but just as you're cleaning up the shop, maybe keep it in mind to have a counter. That way you have a place to talk to your customers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'm -1 charisma. Definitely going to need a salesperson.
Okay.
We got those. We got those. You want to sell used equipment? We got those too.
Nice. All right. I like it.
All right.
Coleman is extremely at home in the forge. He feels happy. He likes this way more than people.
Well, I'm thinking that the Shrine of the Flaming Sword has some other rooms other than the actual forge itself in it, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Maybe that would be somewhere that we could start setting up camp.
Yeah, so there's going to be
I'm gonna
at least a cloister and an office. I mean, you probably could make do with the 3 of the rooms besides the Great Hall, which has the forge in it, depending on how you want to divide that up.
figure you're going to have to sleep in the forge, but I think the rest of us could divide up those rooms. I'll take one. We'll put 3 of you in another, and we'll put the rest of you in another.
Why wouldn't you sleep out with the rest of the goats?
Because they get jealous. I'll bring them inside one by one.
Wow. Okay.
Or a strange old man.
So yeah, the whole town is pretty reasonably happy. We are a couple days out from the midwinter. Or not the midwinter, but the time to do the sacrifices. This particular town does what? What do they do? They sacrifice warmth. So yeah, someone comes to explain that you'll need to let the forge go cold here in about 3 days. I assume you're going to try to work out what the situation is with this upcoming election.
Yeah, I'd love to go see Olivessa.
Okay.
And I'd like to bring with me the rest of the group.
Okay. Anybody not want to go?
I am definitely just going to the meat hall.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So let's set up a table separately, step off. to go address Olivessa if she's in the back working on coopering or building barrels. Oh,
She's
you
got
look like you're
a.
busy.
She has a workshop near the mead hall. On the map, it's that long one over by the dock.
Long one by the dock. Okay, I'll step across the street without the party. I'm splitting the group, man.
Okay.
So I'll walk
Well,
in. Olivessa, how are you?
I'm well, Phil. I'm well. Come in. Close the door. It's cold.
It sure is. Give a little shiver, close the door. So this campaign, what's left to do? What do we need to do to make things official? I'm in my group. We have a fondness for Goodmead. We've done some good work here. We like the people. We've even gone as far as to reignite the Shrine of the Flaming Swords Forge, and we have people actively working there. So we're investing. What do we have to do to make this official?
Well, the original idea was an election between myself and Shandar, and as you've noticed, not everyone's a huge fan of his, but he's very popular among the town loggers. He's been connected to the mill for a long time. He's a bully and a blowhard, but there's nothing he wouldn't do for his friends.
You see the size of that guy sitting out there in your meat hall? Point through the window at Sigurd, who takes up the entire window. I don't
Well,
worry about bullies. I tell bullies to go away.
I have no interest in the speakership, despite all the many who are pressuring me to run. You seem like a good leader, a natural, and this town
I,
could use one.
I produce from my pocket the pendant of good mead. We found we found the speaker. We found the party that was with him. Unfortunately, they fell to the Verbeeg before we got there. But
I see.
I believe that we need to return this to the right channels. Yes, unfortunately, he's no.
I see. Well, that is
If,
sad. But
if I were,
at least the medallion's been returned. Why don't you hang on to that for now?
I will. I think it would be good to produce at the right moment, provided it benefits our common goal. If you're not interested in being the speaker, I would be happy to step in the ring, provided my group of compatriots can receive their recognition as well for the work that they're doing. I haven't done anything. I have accompanied them on their adventures, and they're doing this all. So it needs to be where I represent this group who will provide services to your town as the speaker. Does that make sense? Do you have a way to help me communicate that to the people? Specifically
Yes.
specifically the loggers. It would be great if they came to us with questions because they've heard of what we're proposing.
Yes. Yes. Um, it's an excellent idea, and I understand that Shandar left town shortly after your interaction on some sort of errand. So we should have plenty of access to them. I will go and speak to my supporters. Why don't you go and speak to the loggers? And between the two, we'll see if we can cotton up enough support to where I don't have to take this job.
When approaching the loggers, who should we look for? Is there a primary person there that we should spend our time with?
Not that I know of. Shandar really speaks for them. Um, I can't think of anyone specific who you might approach, but you're smart and a good leader. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Very good. For now, I'll leave you. If you care to join us, we'll be across in the meat hall celebrating. It's been a long couple of days, and we've got some bones that need soothing.
Since you're willing to run, I'm definitely going to speak to all the elders who had thrown their support behind me and make sure we get that transitioned over to you.
Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Olivessa.
I'm in your debt.
And I in yours. And over to the meat hall. I relay everything to the group about what we've discussed and what's to happen, and tell them I'm buying. And let's start drinking.
So what's been going on in the meat hall while he was over in the barrel maker's shop?
Challenging people to arm wrestling for drinks.
Okay, you have been drinking your fill, sir, as few are able to meet your strength.
Wait, who's doing the arm wrestling challenging?
Sigger?
I'll take him up on that.
Okay.
I sing songs of Sigger and dance around like an annoying little goat.
Okay.
That'd be what, like athletics?
It would be.
I'm still enraged.
I mean, I guess you could enrage again, but it fades as you go out of combat.
Of course.
Yeah, I think even if we'd kept the 6, he would have won.
No. Best 2 out of 3.
I think you just owe me a drink.
Fine.
Okay. Well, the night passes with merriment, and the general mood of the town is high. People like you. They want to talk to you, hear your story. None of them have any complaints or worries tonight.
So I ask the group if they want to go and talk to the loggers. It's kind of something I need to get taken care of. And later today, we should have arriving Danica Greysteel. Hopefully, she'll be here and we can talk to her about our friend the Chewinga. Anyone have anything else that they wanted to take care of?
There are
Going once?
brewmasters in the mead hall. They make the mead here.
Yes, they do make it here.
We'll have to see if I can get some intel on recipes so we can get some more flagons and start brewing our own mead.
Okay, so you spend the evening conversing with the hive master and one of the master brewers, and they talk about the secrets of keeping bees alive in the extreme cold.
Very cool.
Anything else for the evening? All right.
I don't know
Well,
anything.
I suppose we're just about time, and this is a pretty good stopping place. So let's go ahead and wrap things up here, unless anybody has any other business, and
Quick
kick
question.
things off next time. Yes.
Very important question. Do Dragonborn molt like lizards?
I don't believe they do now.
Just curious.
Okay.
Scales grow in size as they get older, and then even as they get elderly, they would shrink again without molting? I think they would have to.
I don't think they actually have scales, like snakeskin scales. I don't think that's a thing. It's a hide, like dragon hide. I don't know, but I don't believe there's any molting going on in those species.
It would be really great if you had a Dragonborn character that treated its molting like a monthly visitor. That would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it says here, dragon never sheds its skin since its scales grow over its lifetime. It occasionally loses individual scales through injury or illness, or as a result of natural molting. So if a scale gets damaged, it may fall off. These patches remain bare for a few months at most before replacement scales grow large enough to fill the gap.
Cause gas molting.
Oh, I'm not.
All right. Well, anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. We'll stop here for tonight, and we'll find out next time what Shandar's been up to. See y'all then.